Welcome to today's video, guys. This is a real-life nighttime routine with newborn twins without sugarcoating it, so don't hate me. But I gotta tell you, it is all doable. I just gave each twin a bath on a day that I give them a bath, which happens every 3 to 4 days roughly. I have to start my evening routine an hour ahead of time, which is at 4 o'clock instead of 5. Now, I would love to tell you that we have a routine that we follow hour to hour on a daily basis, but that's just not going to be the truth. Every day is different. Sometimes it's chaotic, sometimes it's less chaotic. Right now, this is a Friday. My husband is at home, so I would like to show you how that particular Friday went for us. Now, having two more toddlers, ages 4 and 2, I have found that it's easier for me to start my evening routine at 5 o'clock, which starts with dinner. Ideally, I would feed my toddlers at 5:30, maybe 6ish. By that time, my husband will be home from work and he is the one to put the toddlers to bed while I take care of the twins. I found that it's even easier to bathe my toddlers at 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That way, the evening can get even smoother, having to do one less thing. Now, there are so many bottles that need to be washed on a daily basis that sometimes I find it easier and faster to just wash them by hands if I need them right away. And also, if you're using breast pump, those need to be washed on a daily basis as well. I do have to have a bunch of bottles prepared for the night ahead, and preparation is absolutely key, otherwise it's going to be 100% chaotic. That night I decided to try something new, which is ground chicken stroganoff. I had to use up my ground chicken and it turned out absolutely delicious, and of course paired with a salad, which I have to have if not every day then every other day. I tried to breastfeed the twins and supplement with formula, but it's a whole different story which is just too long for me to share in this video. But in a nutshell, I feed them breast milk only during the day, I feed them formula during the night. One of them can take breast, the other one can only take bottle, and for that one I have to pump. While I was getting dinner ready, my husband fed the twins. This is around 6 o'clock, so it is time for us to have our dinner. Now it is a little bit of a chilling time for my babies after dinner. Then I burp them for a long time. You'll see at nighttime that I burp them quite a bit. As I've mentioned, guys, to you that I am a little bit behind on my videos. I have filmed them, but I am editing them one at a time. And so now, looking at this video, I can tell you that one of the twins has developed a reflux. And at this time, when he was 1 month old, I was still feeding him quite a bit of formula at night. And so I found that I had to burp him a lot. Because the same twin also does not quite latch, I only pump for him and feed him out of the bottle. Now, I don't know if this is the reason, but I think it might be the reason why I am not making just quite enough breast milk for 2 newborns. I'm making enough for about 1.5 babies. I think it's critical to actually physically breastfeed your baby, unless there is a problem, of course. I think it is critical for establishing your breast milk supply, especially at the beginning, but I gotta tell you, I did not know that at the very beginning. I did not breastfeed my other 2 babies. I started breastfeeding them, but then formula kind of took over in the end. So there are a lot of things about breastfeeding I am learning just now, and I wish I knew them sooner. Around 7 o'clock on that night, I had the time to start the laundry, work on my computer for a little bit, edit in a video, while my husband was putting the toddlers to bed, and I had the twins in our bedroom. They were kind of dozing off. There's going to be another feed that's coming in a couple of hours for twins after dinner, so we're gonna feed them one more time and then put them to actual bed. Whether I bathe the twins or not before the night, I always put them into fresh pajamas. So I'm gonna change them now into something that I find the most comfortable. I found that we use the same sleepers over and over again. It's important for me to cover their feet and cover their hands and have a zipper on their pajamas. You don't want to be buttoning and unbuttoning their pajamas at night. You might be wondering if we keep them on the same schedule. I want to tell you we do that for the nighttime, definitely. So we just have them have dinner at the same time, and then they are on the same schedule for the night. And then at night, if I feed one and the other one does not wake up, I am going to wake him up. And at the first I was doing that at the same time exactly, but I found that it gets a little bit more complicated because then you have to burp them all at the same time. So I decided to keep one about half an hour behind and start with the one that does not have reflux, so that I can take care of him and kind of put him down to let him relax, and then take care of the one with reflux, because he does require a little bit more of my attention, love, and cuddling, you know. At this time I'm coming downstairs to finish cleaning up after dinner, wash my endless pump parts and bottles, and take them upstairs to make sure everything is done and ready and set to go for the night. I don't rock my babies to sleep. There is nothing wrong with that, but with two babies I find it a little bit hard, and so normally in the evening I would just leave them on their twinsy pillow to doze off, because they absolutely love that twinsy pillow. My husband is upstairs at the time keeping an eye on them, and I also always, of course, have my monitor to watch them as well.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by.
I absolutely cannot forget my 3 gallons of water for the night. Drinking like a fish when you're breastfeeding is absolutely normal, so I bring a lot of big bottles upstairs, and I still find myself sometimes coming downstairs to the kitchen to fill up the bottles.
Like I am whole again. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on.
So whenever I get a second, I breastfeed physically my baby, the one that takes the breast. At this time, we're still figuring out their feeding schedule. I know that they eat pretty much every 2 to 3 hours, but then sometimes they want more, sometimes they want less. We are still figuring out the routine. They're newborns. I believe it is completely normal. I keep myself on their schedule. I'm not putting them on any schedules of mine quite yet. I am just always available to feed them when they want to eat. Before I had them, I thought the most challenging part was going to be to keep them on the same schedule, and that for me is the easiest part so far. Honestly, they keep themselves on the same schedule. I found that one wakes up and the other one is going to wake up within a couple of minutes as well. So right now it is about 8:30 p.m. and we have put them to bed. Last time we fed them around between 6 and 6:30. Right now they are hungry again, and at this point we're switching to formula, not breast milk. We fed them breast milk during the day, and now it's formula during the night because I don't know, the belief is they sleep better on formula. The next time they're going to wake up again around after about 3 hours or so, I believe. So yes, for the first 3 hours or so until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, my husband is going to be my husband's shift. He's just going to be taking care of them. If they wake up, feed them, whatever. Tonight is the weekend, so I'm just going to pick it up earlier. Around 1 o'clock, I'm going to start taking care of the twins if they wake up. And in the morning, around 7 to 8, I'm just going to get my sleep. When he wakes up, he's just going to look after them. And that's when I will catch up on my sleep in the morning. So right now, I'm just finishing up, putting them to bed, as he put the toddlers to bed, and as soon as they're in bed, I am starting my nighttime routine and putting myself to bed, and he's taking over. I'm gonna burp the twins. Because they're supposed to be upright for about 20 to 30 minutes, preferable after eating dinner or after eating a meal, to help the reflux. They need to be upright. I'm gonna leave them on the twinsy pillow while they seem to be calm. They don't
they're not crying or anything. And they are going to start crying in a few minutes, I know that. And that's when I'm going to burp them. But right now I'm just going to let them settle down their tummies. And eventually, within about half an hour or so, I'm just going to put them to bed. So, okay, I am in the closet and I'm about to take a shower. My husband will put the twins back from Twinsy to the crib. I'm so tired. It's getting to 10 p.m. Next, I will wake up around 1 o'clock or after 1.
You might think it would be easier for me to breastfeed the baby that takes the breast at night, but I actually find it easier to just pump at night. Whenever I feel like topping him up with directly breastfeeding him, I do that. But other than that, I just find the bottles are very much easier at night for twins. That's because I have to switch my attention from one twin to the other every couple of minutes, and nobody wants to be interrupted when nursing, But I am still learning, obviously, and all moms do it differently, especially with twins. You have to find your own unique way, I guess. So far, like I mentioned earlier, I found it easier to have one twin awake, preferably the one that does not have reflux because he needs less attention. Once I have that one situated, then I can wake up the other baby and switch all of my attention to that one. These nights can be pretty long, and this is why I told you don't hate me, but this is real and I just wanted to show you how it actually is. Maybe somebody has it easier, maybe someone I'm sure has it harder, but this is my situation and that's how I have it. And I love sharing that with you because I hope that helps somebody, at least based on the comments that I received from you guys. I think you find this reality quite useful. Baby Breezer, quite a lifesaver for those who use formula, especially for those with twins. It gives you an already warmed up milk within a few seconds. The only thing though, you do have to wash. There is a couple of parts that you have to wipe down or wash every 4 bottles of milk that you make. The machine tells you to do so, and it will not make another bottle until you wipe those parts. This bottle prop is actually supposed to be buttoned behind his neck, but I feel like he's so small for that. I'm just not comfortable with buttoning this behind his neck. Plus, I'm always there when I feed them like that. There is nothing that's gonna happen because I'm watching them every second. When they grow up just a little bit more, I'm going to start buttoning those props behind their back. Now it is time for burping, endless burping. I burp one and then the other. They always seem to need to burp. If I put them to bed right now, they are just going to start crying within a couple of minutes. I know that, I've done that, and I know a little bit what to expect at this point, kind of. And so I'm gonna be sitting there burping one after the other until I see that they are done and ready for bed. And then I'm gonna change one and then change the other, put them to bed, not necessarily completely 100% asleep, but burped really well. There is no sleep training going on right now. Like I said, I'm not really worried about any sleep training until later on. As the twins are off to bed and it is 6:30 in the morning pretty much, I am so hungry normally. Often at this time I go down to the kitchen and grab a snack. Sometimes it's just fruit, sometimes it could be a cookie, and sometimes it could be just as serious as a dinner plate. Never in my life have I been eating so much while at the same time losing weight. That's because all of that energy goes into breastfeeding. And I also got 2 bottles ready with breast milk for the next feeding. As the night is over, we're switching them back to breast milk during the day and formula during the night again.
If they sleep through now, then my husband will be taken over. Next time they will wake up, and I am just now going to get a good chunk of sleep, hopefully.
At least I thought so, but one of the twins woke up. I had to go back to the bedroom, make sure that he's burped and he's changed.
What's the problem?
It turns out that he was still a little bit hungry, so I had to feed him again, burp him again, change him again. But this time it took me only a few minutes and I was out of there before 7 o'clock. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye now.
I wish you could see yourself